What's up with my friends in YouTube land? I am going to my storage unit. I gotta get that thing organized. I got a few things I need to get in there. I gotta figure out, there's a few things I want to get rid of, need to sell in there. That's part of the whole minimalist living that I've talked about. You gotta figure out, if it's not important, get rid of it. If you don't use it, you ain't put your hands on it in a year or more, get rid of it. Get it gone. So, because there's no sense in having it around if you're not using it. You can always buy another later. And I think that's the case here, And it'll be a big help. So it'll make things much more manageable in that storage closet, because I use that closet for things to go back to. I have clothing that's in bags, sealed, that I need to, seasonal, that I use, that I'm not carrying in my van, my RV van. You just want to, keep it minimal. That's the way you do it. I don't care. I don't have importance in materialistic things. I think the older I get, the less I want. Seriously. I've got my music stuff, ideally, that I need. My clothing. A few things, that I enjoy or I have. But other than that, I'm content with that. Now, I know there's a lot of folks that love huge houses and a bunch of stuff, and that's their thing. And hey, it's not knocking it. That's your thing. Go for it. That's just not me, man. That is not me. Not that anything's wrong with that. I'm good at, living minimal. I think I mentioned some time ago about, there was one of those TED Talks. It's on YouTube about minimalism. Go look. It was a really good talk on a guy that talks about how he's a minimalist. And he lives in a condominium, but he's a minimalist. He doesn't have a lot of stuff, It was a very interesting talk, and when he talked about what importance that you put in things, he talked about, what consumer debt was and the things that people buy. They just buy it and they don't ever use it, and you waste money and you're wasting a lot of things in your life. But I can't remember all the details about that talk, but it was a very good talk. I just know that it was really cool, and it really put things in perspective for me about minimalizing. And in fact, right after I watched that, I started downsizing things. I knew eventually I was going to get up into van life or RV life. I knew that I was going to do this. I just didn't know when. It happens. And that's just the whole thing about trying to figure out when you want to do it. I don't think there's a good or a bad time. However, I will say, depending on your financial situation, you need to be financially in a situation if you're going to travel a lot. Because yes, there's gas expenses, but you need to always have income coming in, so you can there's a lot of resources out there about working online, and you can work while you're on the road. There's a book written by her name is Robin Barrett, and she has a YouTube channel, and some of you may have watched it. Creativity RV, I think it is. Robin Barrett. If you look up, here's a link from her webpage or her YouTube to her book she wrote. Work from home while you roam, or something like that. Really good resources. I haven't finished the book, and I really want to read it because it's kind of cool. If I'm looking for something around my music that I want to do, which, that keeps me busy enough, there's a lot of things I want to do, and I just to see what is out there and what people are doing, I think it's so cool. A lot of cool opportunities out there. A lot of things you can do. But anyway, just make sure that if you have debt and you got to get it paid off, and you want to get out of your rent or get out of your condominium or anything you want to do, if you want to downsize, get a vehicle like a van with a good power system, some solar, and just minimal ideal things, and start small. I mentioned that some of these guys in these YouTube channels just got a van and put a platform bed in there and some totes and small things, and just started small. You didn't need a big power system. You have ideally what you need, Depending on where you live, issues like heating and air can be an issue, but you can work around that. Your vehicle AC can do a lot of work. off and on while you're in there. And at night, with good fans and good ventilation, you probably don't even need to run your AC. I've proven that. But I'm getting off tangent. But anyway, just make sure if you get into RV or van life, you gotta look at your financial situation. You don't want to just go half-cocked and go buy an RV and do whatever and not think about you putting yourself in more debt or you get yourself in trouble. Be careful what you're doing here, because you can get upside down bad, especially if you're buying RVs. Building vans, it all depends on how much money you want to put into it. So, but I'm gonna go get this. Storage unit organized for sure and get it done. Alrighty, well, I got a few things to organize here, as you can see. There's the IKEA chair. That's a cool chair, by the way. I gotta get that thing gone, though. I was gonna keep it in case I had to go back to condo life if I somehow didn't like RV living, but it so happens that I love it. And I love van life, so that's spare flooring for the van. I'm not exactly sure how much of that I'm gonna keep, but you know how that is when you floor a house. You keep spares if anything gets damaged. Don't think that's gonna be the case with the van. There's a spare cooler. I don't know if anybody's ever heard me talk about old Chrome Valdez. He just uses a cooler. He doesn't use a refrigerator, which is kind of cool. But I'm not going that route. I like my 12-volt Alpha-Cool. That thing is, that's a workhorse. It is so cool. So, anyway, I'm gonna get this thing organized. I got so much stuff to do, but we're gonna figure it out. That's for sure. I tell you, man, I'm looking at some cool stuff. This is a bag for when I went to Musicians Institute in Los Angeles back in the early 90s. That was an amazing school. It still is, actually. It's one of the best music schools in the world. It's absolutely incredible. But I am trying to, good Lord, figure out what I'm going to do with this stuff. I know it'll all come together, but I got to get rid of stuff, man. That I do. We got to get rid of it. We will. I'll figure it out. All right, so I got everything on that storage unit done about as well as it's going to get for right now. Until I get rid of the IKEA chair, I'm selling that. And I've got a guitar amp case, a Rode case that I'm not using. Maybe somebody will take that off my hands or something. Just get more room in that storage unit will help. I've got to get my solar panel in that unit. I might be able to get that in there today, I don't know. And just a few odds and ends. Other than that, we're good. Anyway, I've got some stuff I'm dropping off the Goodwill here in this deal, and we're getting it done. Making room in the storage unit, and other than that today, I've got to get some music done. I got to finish up some stuff I've got to get done for a publisher. I'm a little behind, not much, so we're going to be working on that here today, for sure. I feel like I haven't gotten anything done today, but I have, actually. I really have. Just here in my garage, look at some things I've got to tidy up, because my poor dad's garage, I know he is ready for me to get this stuff out of the damn garage. I know it. But anyway, I got to thinking, I left you hanging on something I was talking about minimalism. And I posted a link to the description to the video, that TED Talk. That is the video that made me start downsizing. I mean, I kid you not, as soon as I saw that video, I just went for the closet. I just started going through things. I knew what I didn't need. And I just started just scaling everything down because I knew eventually I was going to go RV or van life on this deal. And the video is powerful. They have another video link. They did another talk. But this particular video, and I want you to watch it, really opened my eyes to minimalism. And it's, I went and watched it again, so I was making sure that it was the video I was talking about. But it made a world of sense about holding on to things that give you no value to life. Zero value. So I really wanted to get back on and just talk about that for a second. But I've got the link in the description. Click that link and watch that video because it will really enlighten you to thinking more about living your life about things that have no value in your life that you don't use, and things that give you joy and things you do use that is less clutter, but lets you live your life, I guess, more free. Because I think when I did that, I felt free. I let go. I wasn't tied to anything. So that's my point on that deal. So I'm going to get off here for tonight, but I wanted to touch on that and round that off. I was talking about that, and we'll probably talk a little more about that as time goes on. But anyway, thanks for watching. You guys have a good night. Be good. Bye.